So, today we're going to dive into a really profound vision from the 12th century. It comes from the mystic Hildegard von Bingen's masterpiece, Scivias. And, it's this incredible story of cosmic rebellion, humanity's fall, and this grand plan for redemption, all seen through her eyes. So let's get into it and see what this vision is all about.
The whole thing kicks off with this striking image and these incredibly humble words from our narrator. Right off the bat, we're told this isn't some story about pride. Nope, this is about profound humility, and it really sets the stage for a revelation that feels, well, both totally epic and deeply personal.
Okay, so here's how we're going to tackle this. It's a pretty complex vision, so we're breaking it down into 5 parts. We'll start with the vision of the throne, then look at the circle of power, witness the sparks of rebellion, understand humanity's inheritance, and finally, see the plan for redemption.
All right, first up, a vision of the throne. We're going to unpack the central symbols of divine power right at the heart of this vision.
So our narrator describes this incredible scene. Just try to picture it. A massive, iron-colored stone, a white cloud floating above it, and then, on top of all that, a royal throne. And trust me, every single piece of this puzzle, every element, has a deeper meaning that we need to unpack.
So what's the deal with that stone? Well, the text tells us it's iron-colored to represent God's justice, something totally inflexible, unchangeable, and eternal. It even says it's like steel in regard to its brightness, which suggests a justice that's not just strong, but also pure and crystal clear.
And the person on the throne? Yep, that's God. And God's glory is described as a brightness so overwhelming, so intense, that our narrator can't even look directly at it. This isn't a picture of a person like you or me. It's a representation of a divine presence that's just, well, completely beyond our comprehension.
Okay, so the vision starts to expand now, building outwards from the throne. And we get a new symbol, one that describes the very nature of God's work in the universe.
So shooting out from this figure on the throne is this huge golden circle. And it's not just sitting there. The text describes it as stretching out, reaching, moving. It really gives you the sense of an active, dynamic force at work.
So, what does this circle mean? It's the power and the work of God, a force so complete that it reaches and understands every creature. Think about that. It's a symbol of divine power and knowledge that touches everything. Nothing is outside its influence.
Okay, so we've got this picture of perfect divine order and power. But, every good story needs some drama, right? Well, this is where the cosmic conflict, a huge rebellion, begins to unfold.
And then, bam! The narrator sees a multitude of shining white sparks. Now, these aren't just random lights. The text is super clear here. This refers to Lucifer and the angels who followed him, back when they were still angels, before their fall from grace.
In this slide, it just lays out the choice they made so perfectly. God's will was for them to stay in glory, to look upon the throne. But what did they do? They turned away, facing north, a direction that symbolizes darkness. They chose their own pride over obedience. And that one choice, it had absolutely catastrophic consequences.
And the fallout? Whoa, it is violent and it is absolute. The vision describes this blast of unholiness that literally throws them from goodness into total destruction. It's such a powerful, poetic way to describe the fall, a complete and total rejection of what they were created to be. So, what does this ancient, angelic conflict have to do with us? Well, the vision directly connects this cosmic fall to the story of humanity. A precious gift was lost, and then it was offered again.
So the crucial thing to get here is what exactly was lost. The text calls it an inheritance, that original brightness and glory that Lucifer and his followers were created with. When they rebelled, they basically forfeited this divine gift.
And this is where we enter the story. God creates man and offers this very same inheritance, this brightness to us. But, and here's the really tragic part, you see the parallel, right? Tempted by that same fallen angel, humanity loses the inheritance through pride, the exact same sin that caused Lucifer's fall. It's not a coincidence. The vision is making a powerful point that our struggle with pride isn't just a human flaw, it's a cosmic vulnerability, a weakness that echoes that original rebellion. But the story doesn't just end there in tragedy. The final part of this incredible vision lays out a divine plan to reclaim what was lost, not once, but twice. You can really think of this whole vision as a cosmic drama in 4 acts. Act 1, Lucifer's fall, the inheritance is lost. Act 2,
humanity is created and gets the offer. Act 3, humanity falls and loses it all over again. And that brings us to the grand finale, Act 4, a plan for redemption.
And this is the resolution to the whole epic. The vision presents the Incarnation, God becoming human in the person of Christ, as the way to take back that lost inheritance. This image is just a powerful symbol of that exact moment of redemption and restoration.
And you know, the text just boils it down so simply but so powerfully. The solution to humanity losing its divine inheritance was for the divine word itself to become human, all for our benefit. It's really the climax of the entire vision.
So what are we left with? This intricate, nearly 1,000-year-old vision of justice, rebellion, and redemption. And it really makes you wonder, right? Beyond its specific theology, how do we, today, find meaning in these ancient, powerful stories of light and darkness? What do they still have to teach us?